Welcome to the Highly Effective Man podcast, hosted by former Navy SEAL turned life and fitness coach. I'm your host, JP Bolwan. This podcast is your resource for unlocking the healthiest, most productive, and highly effective man within you. Let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Highly Effective Man podcast. I'm your host, JP. I'm excited, you guys, today. I'm excited to share with you my Warrior Body Reset. Okay, this is 3 easy steps that you can do and you can start to implement today, and you will start to see results within 21 days. Okay, and so the Warrior Body Reset, this is what I challenge many people to start with. And then if they want to take it further, then there's options for that. Okay. So what is the Warrior Body Reset? Well, it's the first step into what I call the Navy SEAL blueprint for overcoming the odds, because in reality, all of us are trying to overcome odds, whether it be in athletics, whether it be with our weight, our health. It could be something centered around business or our families. But it all starts with our health and how we feel about our bodies. And because I'll tell you what, I've noticed is that when people get healthy and they are proud of their body, the way they show up in the world is completely different. All right. There's a lot that goes behind the way you feel about yourself and your body. Okay. And how you show up to the people around you, to your work, to your family, and all of that. Okay. So it starts with your nutrition and what you're doing. Okay. So what does that look like? Well, the Warrior Body Reset is just 3 steps that you can do in the next 21 days, and you're going to see results. All right. I'm just going to give you the steps right up front. Okay. So it's eat whole foods 2 to 3 times a day for 21 days. All right. It's fast for 12 to 24 hours. And then step 3 is to get sleep. All right. And that's a minimum of at least 7 hours of sleep. All right. Now, what kind of foods are we talking about? Well, we're talking about whole foods, which is anything that's like meat, veggies, poultry, eggs, fish, seafood, that type of stuff. Vegetables, nuts, and seeds, some fruit, and no sugar. All right. So if you just stick to those foods, once again, meat, vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, and no sugar, you're going to start to see your health improve. You're going to see the inflammation go down. You're going to reset your gut, your hormones. Okay. Food is the most powerful drug that we can take in. All right. We can use it to heal our body, or we can use it to destroy our body. All right. And so the next part of that would be fasting. Okay. So you've probably heard of intermittent fasting, where you eat for a little bit, or you have like a window where you're eating throughout the day, and then for the rest of the day, you're not eating. Okay. Most of us probably fast already 12 hours without even really realizing it. Okay. So if you eat, let's say you eat dinner at 7 and you don't eat breakfast again until 7 a.m. Well, that's a 7-hour fast. All right. And that's why it's called a breakfast, right? So breakfast, we're breaking our fast. All right. And so what I recommend to people, instead of just trying to get all crazy and go 18, 20, 24 hours, what I tell people is I say, hey, let's start with 12. And if you're feeling good, then you can start to add in another hour and another hour. And then if you feel like crap, then just break your fast and eat something. All right. But the trick is to, for me at least, and what I found useful with my clients is that just say, hey, let's do 12 hours. And if we're feeling good, we'll just keep pushing it. All right. And if we're not feeling good, then we'll just end the fast. And what I've noticed is that as soon as you put a time frame, like let's say I tell myself I'm going to go, 18 hours. Well, 12 hours is no problem. But then 14 hours in, I'm like, man, I still got to make it another, 4 hours to 3 hours. And it starts to play mind games with me. Whereas if I tell myself I'm just going to do 12, And then I say, okay, I'm just going to, write it out. I'm just going to see how it's going. All right. Yeah, good. Okay. 13's in, 14. Okay, cool. I can keep going. 15, 16. And so what I've noticed when doing that with myself or with my clients is that it takes a lot of the mental drama out of it. And now we can just, push to see how far we're going to go, as opposed to determining a limit right from the beginning and then just fighting the whole way through. Right. So at least if we finish with 14 or 15 hours, man, that's a 15-hour fast when you said you're only going to do 12. Okay. So it's just a good way to, think about it and not stress yourself out about it. All right. And so when you do that, what that does is it gives the body time to recover. It allows the hormones in the body to kind of re-regulate themselves, right? Because when we're always eating, we're always telling our body to secrete insulin, and insulin is a storage hormone, so it's going to tell our body to store energy. And what we want to do is go through a period of time where our body's using the energy that we've already eaten and then putting it to use. Now, the third step is to get some sleep. All right. And they've done some studies on people that don't sleep or that don't get enough sleep. And what they've shown is that when people are lacking sleep, for, healthy individuals, if you give them 2 or 3 or 4 days of a lack of sleep, they'll start to show signs of type 2 diabetes. All right. And it's because, the body needs to rest, it needs to recover. And, if you're not getting enough sleep for that to happen, now your hormones are out of whack. Okay. So how can we get better sleep? Well, we can set a bedtime and stick to it, start to wind down an hour before bed, turn off all electrical devices, and then use that time to read, journal, meditate, or converse with loved ones. And then also make sure to set a steady wake up time, right? And one thing that, you should do is to get outside within 10 to 15 minutes. Just kind of, put your feet on the ground and reset yourself. All right. And so these are just some strategies and tips that you can do to help you get better sleep. Now, I know for myself that it's hard for me because I've gotten in the habit of, Netflix with the wife or whatever it is, but it's super important to try to break away from some of those habits and start to, take something like reading a book without, it being on a tablet or something like that. Okay. And just like a normal book. And if you're anything like me, anytime I'm reading a normal book, I'm out. Okay. So really start to look at, okay, how can I improve my sleep? Another thing to look at is what's the temperature of the room, right? They say that the perfect temperature is around like 68 degrees, I believe. I have a chili pad, and the chili pad really helps to regulate. I live in Kauai, where it's kind of like a badge of honor not to have any AC, even though it gets pretty hot here. And so the chili pad has saved me so many nights now. Okay, because I can set the chili pad to I set it to 64, and that seems to be just the right temperature where it's not cold, it's not hot. I can sleep under the covers and I'm comfortable. All right. In the morning, I turn it off and it's all good. All right. My wife, she could set it to whatever she wants to on her side, but then on my side, it's nice and cool. All right. So those are 3 tips that you guys can use to start losing weight today, to start feeling better, start looking better. All right. And I call it the Warrior Body Reset. If you guys want to get a copy of this PDF that I have, the one that I'm looking at right now, then just go to thewarriorbodyreset.com, fill out the information there, and you'll get the Warrior Body Reset emailed directly to your inbox. All right. It's a great way to just, go over these 3 steps, and it makes it super simple, right? You don't have to think about anything. Just, eat whole foods, fast for 12 to 24 hours, and get sleep. All right. So once again, that's the Warrior Body thewarriorbodyreset.com. All right. Thewarriorbodyreset.com. Fill out your email, your name, your email, and you'll get the PDF delivered to you right away. And if you found this valuable, and if you think that, somebody else would like to, try this out with you, you can think of it as a challenge for 21 days and tell me how it goes. Let me know how it goes. All right. Send them to the site, the Warrior Body Reset and .com, and you guys will be good to go. All right, guys, that's all I got for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I feel like that is probably the most bang for the buck. You didn't have to listen to this for an hour or anything like that, but that's 3 easy tips that you can implement today to start losing weight. All right. If you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a comment, a review, and then, share it with anybody that you think might find this podcast valuable. All right. The goal of this podcast is to help us be the best version of ourselves that we can be and overcome the odds, right? So, overcome the odds of whatever it is in your life. And to do that, we do that by being the best version of ourselves. All right, let's go. Thank you for listening to the Highly Effective Man podcast. If you enjoyed or learned something on this episode, do me a favor and share this with somebody who you think needs to hear it. And one last thing, if you want to work with me as your coach to help you get fit, be more productive, and in general, just be the most effective version of yourself, head over to my site, higherlevelcoaching.co. Once again, that's higherlevelcoaching.co, and schedule a call with me there. Thank you again. Let's go.